races crackling through the night. Fast lanes ignite. Gear shifts sweat on the track. Cold-blooded eyes staring back. Metals clashing, heartbeat race. Speed and scales in the same space. Stories of speed spinning wild. Fury and cold blood compiled. Revving up, adrenaline high. Fast and fierce, no alibi. Gear shift sweat on the track. Cold-blooded eyes staring back. Metals clashing, heartbeat race. Speed and scales in the same space. Stories of speed spinning wild.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Speedway Stories and Cold-Blooded Conversation. As the title says, there's going to be some changes coming to the show tonight I wanted to share with everybody. I'm going to be starting doing a Monday and Thursday show. I'm going to have probably my Mondays will be the motorsports side of the show if I can get people. Even with, I'll just talk about results and some motorsports stuff going on locally and nationally on information. Thursday nights is going to be your cold-blooded conversations. I got quite a few people here in the next 2 or 3 weeks that are coming on in the reptile hobby that I will have guests on here talking about why they're in the hobby and what keeps them going and stuff and why they like it and try to educate people on it. But yeah, there are going to be some different things around on the network for this. We're 7 days a week. There's a show every night of the week for you. We're on all social media platforms. Check us out and everything else. Pick your channel out. And we also have in our bio link that's scrolling down there at the bottom, Beauty and the Beard. You can get your custom swag done and everything else. Nikki does amazing work. I got some shirts ordered for my show and everything else. If you don't want any of the nonsensical network or anything, or just want something custom done, hit her up on Instagram and Facebook. I'm sure she'll hook you up with what you want. So, all right. With the changes coming, I did the changes and talked over with a few of the guys on here, and I figured it'd be kind of neat instead of bouncing back and forth every night on a Monday to do the show of either going from 1 week. My audience is all speed, motorsports, everything else. We talked about it. It's a good idea. And then go to jump in like I did with the cold-blooded conversations and everything else of the reptiles and dealing with that aspect of the side. I figured we ran it by, my buddy Glick ran it by me, and I like the idea. It kind of gives me 2 shows, but it's the same thing. So yeah, motorsports side of stuff, I just updates. They just had recently another motocross race. Malcolm Stewart won the 450 main down in Tampa, Florida, his hometown. Congratulations to him. Shout out to those guys. He surprised a lot of people down there, and there was a lot of wrecks. Just got breaking news today I found on Facebook. One of the local tracks here in Ohio dropped their bracket program. Well, there's a long story behind that ordeal. When you don't take care of things, the people aren't going to take care of you. We'll just leave it at that. But they're still going to hold Stripper Glitters and Chris Lane and company going to be holding their No Prep Mania and everything else still at the track. So that's a good thing to see those boys keep that going. And coming up really is soon going to be the Daytona 500. We're going to be hitting into NASCAR season for the guys out there. And then I've seen some stuff, if Benji's watching or anything, I've seen some more stuff, information on Formula racing. My local track, Mid-Ohio, actually, I looked at their schedule. They released it. There's actually some Formula Run races coming to the Mansfield area at Mid-Ohio Motor Speedway. So anybody interested in that, check them out on Facebook and stuff. And they got their schedule posted, just like all my local drag strips and everything else. They're on Facebook, Instagram. You can look them up and stuff. I'll get some links posted in here soon for that stuff. Still kind of grasping of adding things. But yeah, that's the motorsports side of things. My next guest next Monday on this show He's a really good buddy of mine. He's big into the Power Wheels racing. His daughter and kids race Power Wheels, which is phenomenal how far these things come along. They're an organization. I mean, it's really awesome to see. Mel Robinson, he's been helping with that. He's been kind of send prayers out to that man because he's been having a rough couple of weeks with situations going on. But if everything goes as planned and he's up to it still, that will be my guest to talk about the Hot Shot Secrets Power Wheels drag racing for kids and stuff. I've actually had my daughter do it a couple years. Well, it's been about 4 years. Entered in it and everything else and done it. She likes it, but now she's aged out. But yeah, that's going to be my guest for then. And Thursday, the 24th, I know it's going to be a minute. I'm still working on a guest for this Thursday and next Thursday for my reptile side. But the 24th, I will have a lady named Katie coming on, Minar. She is the proud owner, her and her boyfriend, of Lethal Exotics in Michigan. They specialize in everything reptiles. Check her out on Facebook and Instagram. They take care of crocodiles. They take care of the venomous of your king cobras and stuff. And I will have her. She'll be my first female guest and talking to her about what it's like being a female in the reptile hobby. I mean, I know it's just like motorsports. The women are still kind of frowned upon, but you know what? Me personally, more power to them. If they want to be involved in motorsports, involved in the reptile side, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, they belong too. I mean, it's always been, especially motorsports, it's been a male dominant sport, and we ain't gonna be able to grow the sports or the hobby by keeping females out, kids out, and everything else. They're our future for us when we're gone. So we're just gonna keep it that way. And but yeah, that's gonna be one of my guests. And then I have the following 3 days after. This is a special Monday, the 24th is, because I already had it set up. Thursday, the 27th, I will have Kryptonite Pythons on here. It's a gentleman I met through a mutual friend of mine, Mr. Steve Nelson of Area Reptiles. And I will have him come on, and his name's Wayne. He's a little camera shy. We talked the other day about getting things, how we're going to set up stuff, but how he got interested in the ball python and everything into the hobby of the ball pythons and stuff. We'll have him on the show talking about that. Me personally, we're trying to get things. We just got done. The missus she rearranged the living room with the animals. So I'm going to be eventually building some racks to put my ball pythons in to keep them in. I know a lot of people frown upon that, but trying to free up some space and everything else so we got more room. But yeah, that is the plans that's going on with the show. And I announced it Saturday night during the open panel and everything with all the guys on there and stuff about the change. And I figured I'd come on here tonight for a little bit, let everybody else know what was going on with the show and what direction we're going. I'm trying to grow it. I know a lot of people, I've hit a lot of people up, message them, everything else, asking. Some of them they just don't want to do it, or they're camera shy, or I'm just new to the thing. But a lot of them are interested. It's scheduling is their biggest problem. So that's the other bonus part is if I can get them for Thursday, I mean, it'll work. I mean, I could flip-flop, but yeah, I'm trying to keep motorsports basically Monday, my Speedway stories for Monday, and my cold-blooded conversations for Thursday. So we'll see how it works out on that. Worst case scenarios, I mean, I do 2 shows a week and keep everybody informed on what's going on in the hobbies of reptile and motorsports. And if you guys know anybody, just shouting it out there, or anybody of the followers of the pages, anything else, knows anybody wants to come on and talk motorsports or talk about the reptile industry, don't be afraid to hit me up and everything else. So we'll get things squared away. I'm really starting to get comfortable with this now. I still remember being sketchy about being on camera, but I mean, we're just letting things go from there. And I'm just trying to make things better, both ends, make myself grow out there, get my feet out, and get the community in both communities. So we'll see what happens, what's going on, and everything else. Yeah, but yeah, we're gonna be doing that. That and eventually too, possibly I'm gonna talk my son in. He may end up being a co-host with me on a couple of the nights when he's available. If he wants to come on, we'll get on and we'll talk about things basically around the house, our goals and everything else, especially with the Mustang I own and everything. We'll see what's going on with that because all three of them went in. Well, at least the older two, and the wife wants in to go racing a little bit. So we'll use the street car to go play for a little while. Reptile wise, haven't got any new thing because I really don't have the space. We don't have the money or anything else. Thanks, Peter. I appreciate it, buddy. I try not to look like an aged Mario, my man. But yeah, we're just slowly getting things around and everything else. We're still just rebounding like everybody else from Christmas and all that stuff. But yeah, it's gonna be different. We'll have it mixed up. I'll make sure I post and everything, let everybody know. If Monday night's not going to be a motorsports night, I'll let you know. But I'm going to try to keep it that way. And like I said, Thursday night's going to be an open deal. I'm going to probably run the same time. It may run a little later to like 6 to 9, kind of keep that window open for some of my guests that I've been talking with that wants to come on, but it has to be a little later in the evening. So I'll keep everybody posted on that. But yeah, we're just plugging away everything else, and I mean, it's a good thing. Just trying to keep going. After me tonight, we'll have Men Caring for Men. If Connor's going to be doing a show or whatever, guys need to check out any gentleman. It's like it says, Men Caring for Men. It's come in, vent and everything else, just to talk about your problems or just talk in general, where it's guys to men get things off your chest. So I just wanted to throw that out there. And tomorrow night, my boy Glick on his House of Music, they're doing he's going to have a remix show with Blaze. So tune into that with all the guests and everything else that he's going to have on. And then here in the next week or so, couple weeks, should be having a couple guests coming on, because like me, it's time scheduling with everything going on. It's kind of hard, so we had to schedule. We're both scheduling our guests around stuff that works best for them. That's the key, is make sure our guests are comfortable with their times and everything else. So I'm hoping you guys are going to tune in. Everything else, I just want to jump on here, let you all know what the changes were going. Everything else, that we're still 7 days a week. There's a show for pretty much everybody on here. I mean, you guys need to check them out. Sunday, starting tonight on Mondays, start our week off, of course, with my show, Speedway Stories and Cold-Blooded Conversation. Then you have Connor with Men Caring for Men. Tuesday nights is Glick's House of Music. He usually got some pretty cool local bands and from all over. Last couple's been from Texas. They were phenomenal, I will tell you that. Wednesday night is What the Fuck News. It's what makes you go, what the fuck, when you see it. So the guys discuss about that. And then Thursday night's going to be another, like I said, Speedway Stories and Cold-Blooded Conversations, except it's going to be on the cold-blooded side, dealing with the reptile hobby. And Friday nights is movie night. It's Blaze and Chill. It's awesome. They talk about local movies, everything else, producers, everything, place video movies on there. And you guys can jump in, talk with Blaze and Jeff on that. Blaze has been doing amazing with this. And this Saturday is the Nonsensical, the stable of the network. So, and we will we open the door for everybody. It's an open panel challenge, like Glick says. You can come on in, as long as you keep your pecker to yourself and not on camera. Jump on in, and for the craziness and the nonsense, it's always a good time to be on that, because everybody gets to release their weekly build up or whatever else and have a fun time. And then Sunday, Now that it's done, I don't know for sure with Glick and Rick, but they're doing Unnecessary Roughness still on Sundays, except they're opening the sports world up to everything sports now that football is officially done. So anything sports, pretty much, the boys are going to talk about it. I'm going to jump in, talk sports with them, and hook them up with a few guests that I think a lot of people will like. I've been talking with them to get them set up with those guys. I know a few people from the MMA community, local, that are willing to jump on their show and talk. But yeah, that's our shows for 7 days a week. I mean, there's a little bit for everybody. I mean, if you don't like us, tough shit. We're not here to please everybody. We're here to do our thing and go about our business. So, and then also, like I said, don't forget to check on Facebook and Instagram, Beauty and the Beard. Nikki will hook you up with either nonsensical swag or just have your custom personal stuff. Check out her store on those pages and everything else. Everything's in the link down below. And just checking in. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, y'all have a good night. I'll see you Thursday night. Bye.
Nonsensical network, different flavor every day. Movie talks, new flicks hitting the display. Microphone magic, musicians spill the praise. From reptiles to motorsports, burning rubber craze. Football crashes, touchdowns, epic plays. News spinning, catching on the latest phase. Gleaming cars, engines roaring up the pace. Street tales, urban stories we embrace. Tune in, every week diverse. Groove to the beats, let the rhythm immerse. Lyrics flowing, ciphers full of verse. Nonsensical network, feel the universe. Interviews buzzing, stars in the circuit. Worlds of tapestry, pieces we interpret. Hip-hop to rap, the flow never stagnant. Reptilian tales, nature's arrangement. Cars with muscle, engines with might. Motorsports roaring, speed in the night. Discussions heated, always a delight. Network of nonsense, but the vibe's just right. Tune in, wait for that beat. Flow so seamless, feeling so sweet. Urban grooves, rhythm from the street. Nonsensical network, always on repeat.